What if I told you that giving just 1 or 2 seasons of your life to intense focus and saving could completely change your financial future? Imagine being in control of your money and watching it grow and knowing that you've built something that has the ability to last for generations. Would that be worth it? Welcome back, everyone. I'm Shawn King, infinite banking practitioner and founder of Legacy Life and Retirement. And today I want to share with you why taking a season of your life to focus on saving and building your infinite bank is one of the most powerful things that you can do for your future, and how it can pay dividends in the long run for your family and for generations to come. Today we'll explore some of the sacrifices it might take and the rewards you could reap from doing whatever it takes to lay the foundational groundwork to start building your wealth today. So let's talk about the season of sacrifice. Anything worth having requires effort and sacrifice, and building your infinite bank, luckily for you, is no different. Now, before I get into this, I want you guys to understand that I'm not talking about not enjoying your life and never buying anything again until you're ready to quote unquote retire. That would be ridiculous. Granted, if you did do that, I imagine you would be more financially set, but believe me when I say that's not what's required to build a real foundation for wealth. I'm talking about a season or 2, depending on your current situation, how that could drastically change the outlook on your future and your cash flow for your lifestyle. Now, this phase requires a short-term mindset shift where you prioritize saving over spending. By relocating funds you might have spent on, let's call it the non-essential items, you lay the groundwork for financial independence. And what that means is understanding your budget. So my first challenge to you is track every single thing you buy, every expense that takes money out of your account or check for the next month, maybe even 2 months. I would say the easiest way to do this is to make sure you don't pay cash for anything and put everything on either your debit card or credit card, so you can pull up your monthly statement at the end of each month and total everything up. You've got to be strict about this. Like I said, absolutely no cash. After that, you're going to sit down alone if you're single, or with your significant other if you're not. And I want you to add up every single penny you spent. Now, at this point, some of you are already thinking, man, this sounds like too much work, Shawn. I think building wealth is just going to be too difficult for me. And I would say to you, I understand. Building wealth isn't for everybody. Best of luck to you. But if you're willing to sit down and review that monthly statement, you'll have a clear idea of what's coming into your household on a monthly basis and what's going out of your household. This is where the power of discipline comes into play. In his book, The Millionaire Next Door, Thomas J. Stanley highlights that many millionaires achieve their wealth through disciplined saving during certain seasons of their life, oftentimes foregoing the luxury to secure the long-term gains. So for example, maybe you're skipping big vacations or you're delaying that new car, but these small sacrifices are what's going to fund the foundation of your financial independence. Think about this. I see this scenario happen so many times. Clients lay out their expenses after tracking them for a month or two, and they realize, holy shit, dude, we're spending X amount in these few categories like eating out, drinking, multiple subscriptions, and frivolous Amazon purchases at night, that if I cut that stuff out over the next year, I'd be saving myself $600 a month or $7,200 extra dollars over the entire year. Imagine doing that 2 years and turning that $7,200 into $14,400. Think about your current situation. The average American has about $600 in their savings account right now. I know it's pretty crazy to think about. Now, I want you to just think of that $14,400 as just the beginning. Let's add a few other factors into that scenario. Bankrate.com states that the average individual income tax refund was $3,004 in 2024. So let's be conservative and say that's what you receive back as a couple. Add 2 years of that to your infinite banking policy along with your $14,400 previously mentioned, and now you're sitting at $20,408. That's $20K in 2 years. Not too bad, right? The last thing I want to factor in is something that's fairly common in the working world, and that's a yearly bonus. So let's say that you get that yearly bonus of, we'll call it 5% of your salary. Well, the average salary in the US in 2024 was about $63,795. So if you multiply that by 5%, you're looking at about $3,189.75. Now, of course, you're going to be taxed on that. So if we take away, let's call it 22% of that, you're left with an additional $2,488 $288 for your annual bonus. Now multiply that by 2 years of saving that bonus check and add that to your overall total. Now we're sitting at $25,384 you've saved in a matter of 2 years. What's really cool is if you turn this into something like a game and began to take this next season or two of your life very seriously, I bet you could get that 25,000 number closer to $30,000. Now, of course, in my opinion, you should run that money through your infinite banking system so that it can begin to work for you, earning you compounding interest in the background for the rest of your life. Not only is this money providing you a death benefit check, but it's also providing you with the ability to use that money in your policy as collateral to go out and make more money while your money continues to compound uninterrupted in the back. So I want to run you guys through a few quick numbers to hopefully make this a little bit more real for you. So let's say that you're currently 35 years old. You've done exactly what I said over the past 2 years. You've made some sacrifices in your budget to build that 30K safety net that we talked about. You were smart enough to start an infinite banking policy with me at that time. You started saving, and that's currently where that $30,000 is being held at. It's in your policy, liquid cash value. But you want to know, Shawn, how can I start using OPM, other people's money, to start making money like you are? Because my goal is to build generational wealth. Well, luckily for you, you've got plenty of options, but I'll share with you how I'm personally lending out my money through PMC, that's Private Money Club. It's basically like the professional Tinder for real estate folks and for people with capital like you and me looking to partner up. Just to be clear, it's not a dating site. You decide you want to look into it and you see a bunch of different options for real estate opportunities that are looking for capital and will pay you on average anywhere from 12 to 15% yearly on your money, plus give you first position. So if things somehow didn't work out, you would walk away with this asset that's worth more than the money that you actually invested. So you decide, I'm going to lend out this 30K for one of those 12% deals that you talked about that I saw. If you follow this same game plan over the next 25 years of your life, so from age 35 to 60, and believe me, people are always looking for capital, but you did it for 35 to 60 years old, and every year you took the interest that you earned on your money and you filtered it through your policy, plus you added an additional $500 a month or $6,000 a year, which you were saving from the taxes and the bonus from your job, and you added that to your policy to send back out with your next investment because you see how well this is working. You're like, hell yeah, I'm gonna keep doing this. By the time you were 60, you'd have over $1.2 million in accessible cash that you built with very minimal risk. Say you wanted to retire and make that money last as long as possible for you. Well, you could continue getting into those trusted 12% gigs every year and live off of something like $110,000 a year after taxes. And that's just at that 12% mark, which you could get without much hesitation. Now, if you were in deals, which there are plenty of them out there, but at the 15% rate over that same 25-year period, you'd be talking about just over $2 million come age 60. And if at that point you decided to just get into those really safe 10% deals and live off the interest, you'd have something like $140,000 to $150,000 a year after taxes. And that doesn't include anything that your policy has generated for you. I know sacrificing the now could suck for a little bit. Trust me, I get it. Not going out with all your friends and not drinking, not going out a few times a week to eat, holding off on that yearly or twice a year vacation, or not staying up late, scrolling on Amazon, buying all that shit that you really don't need. But understand that becoming wealthy isn't easy, but the steps to create wealth are extremely simple. If you're capable of giving a season or two of your life, really digging in and buckling down, I can guarantee you that not only are you going to create some incredible money habits, but you're going to look back at that season of focus and you're going to realize it was all worth it, because now, instead of scrambling and trying to stay afloat, feeling like you're drowning, you're in a position of control and confidence. You now have a clear vision of your financial future, and your family and you are better for it. Building your infinite bank provides a sense of control over your money. We all know that financial stress is one of the leading causes of anxiety and marital issues for Americans. Having a reliable financial system in place can drastically reduce this stress, believe me. So instead of viewing money as a source of worry, infinite banking allows you to see it as a tool for achieving your goals and creating a legacy. You see, infinite banking isn't just for you. It's something that can be passed down to your children, helping them start their financial journey on a solid ground. compound. As Nelson Nash emphasizes in his book, Becoming Your Own Banker, infinite banking creates generational wealth by giving families a perpetual financial system. Now you've proven to yourself that you have what it takes to build wealth, and that feeling, my friends, that's priceless. So let's do a quick recap just to tie this all together. 1 or 2 seasons of focus can lead to a lifetime of wealth building. It's about the foundation, the discipline, and the vision of your future. If you're ready to start building your infinite bank, let's talk today. Book a free cash consultation at legacylifeandretirement.com. I'll help you create a strategy that sets the foundation for your financial independence. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe for more financial tips, and share this with somebody who's ready to take control of their financial future, because if it had an impact on you, I bet you it'll have an impact on them. Building wealth is about making small, intentional decisions that pay off big over time. I'm Shawn King, and I'll see you in the next video as we continue building your legacy together. Peace.